I ain't gotta fabricate it, proof is in the pudding. Use that shit as motivation, I'ma keep it pushing. I ain't gotta live a lie, truth be told. I look in your eyes and I tell you despise. That shit overrated, outdated, played out. When I sense hatred, like you racing, I fade out. I gotta get it, whether you gon' rock and roll, I don't know. But either way, I'm fixing to break out. My life changing like leaves change in the fall. I've been broken too, but you don't see me tripping at all. Cause what goes around comes around. Niggas hate why they up, cause they got the means to let you down. See the bigger picture. You ain't tripping on no dollar cause you richer, nigga. Fuck a hoe and face your problems cause you different, nigga. That's the game. I got my own car and created me a lane. Fuck you saying?
Greetings, everybody. Hope y'all having a great day. Thank y'all for tapping in with Tiff. I'm just gonna come to y'all with a message in regards to spirit. Don't mind my kitten in the background. But a lot of people get confused when I say spirit and the way I bring deities and loved ones and ancestors and loved ones that's watching us to the forefront, because a lot of people like to think that spirituality is something completely different than what they've been experiencing their whole life. But really, you just haven't opened yourself up to the spiritual world. Even though a lot of people don't accept it and aren't aware of the information or don't absorb the information, it doesn't mean that spirituality ain't the truth. You just aren't aware of it. But when I speak of spirit, I'm basically just grouping all of the deities, spirits, loved ones, ancestors that watch over us, even Loas as well, into one group. And we were brought up to think that, if we communicate with spirits, it's demonic. If we do anything outside of religion, it's demonic. But it was told to us that way just to control us, just to keep us away from spirit, just to keep us away from making a connection with spirit. And even when I first started my journey, and I was watching a lot of videos of how people were speaking of spirit, and I'm not gonna lie, I was fearful at first before I made a connection with spirit. But I started to realize that I have nothing to fear, because spirit is basically the energy that's been around me for many lifetimes and since I've been born. So I feel like it's important for me to share that information with y'all. But as I got deeper into my journey and as I made a connection with spirit, I started to realize that these spirits have been around me all my life. They know me better than anybody, and I've never experienced unconditional love the way I have through spirit. So a lot of people, question my relationship with spirit and question why I go so hard for spirit, but the reason why I do is because they've been going hard for me all these lifetimes. So why wouldn't I reciprocate the same love? And it's hard for a lot of people to understand that love when they haven't experienced that love yet. And for most of our lives, we've been putting our energy into one entity and worshiping a certain entity, when really we're supposed to be showing respect and acknowledging all of the other deities that surround us, not just one God. And a lot of people mistaken for spirituality as in, oh, you worshiping multiple gods and things like that. When no, simply just showing respect to the ones that's watching over you, but also giving gratitude to the Most High that created all of us, the main source. But honestly, I feel like yes, that there is one main source. But I feel like also there's so many different rankings of spirits and their levels and different frequencies and things like that. So I feel like it's not like we shouldn't just be worshiping just one person when it's a whole team that's watching over us. And we shouldn't just put one entity on the pedestal when we have so many others to acknowledge. But I think it's really important for people to know that the source that you are attached to is the same source that I'm attached to. I wouldn't be able to pick up on things from people that I never met before in my life unless I was connected to the source that's connected to everybody. But most importantly, I feel like it's important for the ones that's curious to first, get out of fear and get out of the ways that we've been conditioned since we've been born. And the first step is just for us to not live in fear and not to deem everything as demonic just because it's something that, just because it's something new to us, but really it's not anything new. We just don't remember being natural spiritual beings and being able to just have a direct connection with Source and everybody that's watching over us. And when I say watching over us, please don't think that all of our loved ones, all of the deities, and even Source is up in heaven watching down on us. Like, this world, this universe is so much bigger than what we've been taught. There are so many different dimensions and so many different things that, you got to look into, you got to research. And a lot of people, think that I tell this information from a place of judgment or from a place of me knowing it all. But no, it's just based off of my experience. And I feel like it's important for me to share this information because at one point I was deep into religion. Since I've been born, I've been a Christian, and I was even born to an ordained minister. My grandmother, she's heavily in the church, still is. So literally religion has been a big influence on my life, but when you start to look into things for yourself and start to research things, you start to uncover the truth. But the main thing that I've always had in mind is, even when I was in religion, I used to always think, why doesn't God speak to us? Why doesn't Jesus come and give me messages or give me insight or anything like that? And it's because we putting our energy into the wrong entity. We are trying to establish a connection the wrong way. So once I finally established that connection, it was like an aha moment for me. Like, I knew it. I knew it was something deeper than what we was told. I knew he heard my cries all this time. I knew he was right. They were right next to me all this time. So, once I established that connection, I was eager and excited to share this information with everybody. But, of course, everybody isn't ready to accept it. But I feel like it's still important for me to give these messages. So that's my little message for the day. I hope everybody have a great day. And thank y'all for tapping in.
I know that I'm the shit. I don't need your secondhand opinions. I see the hate on your face. You can't play chameleon.